Hi, I'm Paige with Paiges Yoga. I want to show you a somatic movement that you may try, and the somatic movement is there to help us in a few different ways. It's there to teach us to engage certain muscles, to engage more subtle movement, and then also to use those muscles to finish letting them go, and then to really release them. And you're going to find of those three, there may be one that's a little bit more challenging for you. It could be challenging to either engage them, to use them to disengage, or to release them. And don't judge yourself too hard. We all have one that we don't use so much. What this works into your body, though, in a very brief way, is it says, hey, you forgot to use it. So we're re-educating from the body to the brain how to do that. Now I'm sitting up a bit so that my pelvis can sit up because I'm about to move one hip in a direction it's not used to. So I'm going to lean over to my side. I do have a block here because I find for my arm length it helps me to have something there for it. I'm going to move this leg back and around. Do not assume everybody can do that. Not everybody can. Some are very scared of it. I did not twist the knee, so if you feel any twisting, you should put something underneath it, like that. Okay. But you should not feel any tugging or twisting there. So I moved it around. Really, if you want to, you can start off in a position like this where you have your knees together and see how I was able to separate them. Moving the hip over into this direction is quite unusual to the hip. It's not used to that. So this could be really good when you've been sitting all day. Yeah, move it in a different direction. What we're going to do then is take this leg. We'll call this the back leg because it's slightly further back than this leg. This leg is in a position it's used to because it's used to having the hip turn inward. That's what it's done. The knee went out, hip went in. In this case, what? Knee went out slightly, but then if I tuck it in, there it is, more neutral than it is out. So the pelvis here is in a different position. The hip socket's different. That's good. Feel that for a moment. And I've lifted up my pelvis. That's the reason I sat up on my meditation pillow. I'm going to put this hand on this thigh, and what I want to do is activate the foot a bit. I can see myself starting to do that. I started to press into the foot because I know I'm going to lift this thigh. I'm going to lift the thigh, not expecting the knee to do the lifting. The thigh did it. I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to push against it. Press against it while you equally resist putting the thigh down. So what we have is this place that's pushing against each other. Yeah, I feel that. Notice where it's subtle. I feel it in the upper hip, the glutes. And now let the hand win. As if the hand was winning, you're slowly disengaging. And then release everything. Go ahead and exaggerate it. Okay. It's not fully released because to fully release, I'd probably be lying on the floor. That's okay. It was enough. It taught enough of these muscles to release. Let's try that 3 more times. Okay. Hands here. You're going to lift up the thigh nice and slow without leaning back and press. Press against it. Really important. Don't lean back. Don't compensate for it. Just press. Breathe. Okay, now let the hand win, so it's going to slowly come down. If you drop the knee already, bring it back up. Slowly descend it. Now release. If it helps you to slow down, count it. At least 5 seconds. Okay, lift up the thigh again. Maybe even close the eyes this time. Feel it. You're pressing against it. And then let it come down. Release. Good. Now I'm going to turn a little bit to the side so you see this next part. I'm going to put my hand right here and I'm going to press my fingers slightly into the side of the foot. I'm going to press into the side of the foot, and what I'm going to do is keep the toes down, but I'm going to lift the back heel up. Again, not a twist of the knee. My knee didn't twist. I moved the calf. Press against it, just like you did on the thigh. Good. And then let the hand win, so the heel's coming down. Look at that. Wow. Okay, and release. Good. Now I get to feel how this is working in the lower leg muscles. Lift the heel, press against it. Now let the hand win. Slowly descend the heel down. You're using muscles to do that. Release. Even using the foot muscles. Press up, she says, surprised. Yeah, a lot of people are surprised. The subtlety of the foot muscle working with their body. And then let the hand win. Press it back down. And release. Good. Notice what you notice. This one might not have a big noticing sensation for you when you've released it. That's okay. I promise you that there were some muscles that needed to release as well as engage. Let's turn this around to the other side, which is different. Good. Now again, other options, you could have just come back through here first and then found yourself separating it. Block if you need. If you don't like that, don't do it. Hand, right here. I'm going to work on the back leg, the one that is much more neutral right now. It's in a different hip position. On lifting it. It doesn't have to lift far. You're just lifting it, press against it now. So there's some resistance there. Let the hand win and press it down. Release. Good. Maybe closing the eyes to feel it differently. Press up. Push against it. Please continue to slow down your breathing. Slow down the process. Slow it down. Work with your body's nervous system with this so that you don't have to lock up more. Yeah, big time release there. One more time. I am pushing against it very slightly. Good. Let it win. Let it come down. Release. Good. Hand on the back part of the foot. I'm really pressing the fingers more than my hand, just in the side muscles of the foot because I'm going to lift the heel. And push against it. So the heel isn't going to let it win. It says no, no, I'm going to push. Resistance. Okay, now let the hand win and slowly descend it down. So you have to use muscles to do that. Release. Press against it while you simultaneously lift the back heel up again. Close the eyes if that helps you to focus on that more than anything else. And then let the hand win, press it back down. Release. Oh, I can feel that in the calf this time more. Where you feel it isn't wrong, notice it. Press the heel up and press against it. And then start to lower, descend. Nice and slowly down, and then you finally go, release. Good. And let that go. Most of us spend our day seated, so we have a tendency to roll out the knee, roll out the feet. You take a look at your knee and feet, and try to find these opportune moments to just find a different angle. You may find yourself relieving some of the areas of pain. Of course, there's a lot more to it than just muscle work. That's why when I'm working with people therapeutically, it's important to get a good mix. You should be having a mix because you're a person who needs a mix. You need help with both engagement, disengagement, you need help with release. I hope this somatic work helped you today. Please be sure to come back to it. Maybe you try it in little moments. You don't have to be on the floor to do it. How can I simply build some resistance against it and then release it? Be sure to check out the other videos too for some of the other types of ways that you could move with your body. I hope this helps. Have a good day for no reason.